welcome to Koi Chronicles. And in this chronicle, I've still got all my filming gear set up with the looks of it. No, in all seriousness, just an update and some maintenance routine that I have to do all the time, really. You have to keep on top of your maintenance, else otherwise your water quality will go down. Made this plant basket the other day. Took a couple of plants over from the main pond. I'll show you how I've made this. Got some brackets for it. Put a little video on of that. I've made this. Just brought some plants over. Planted some watercress in a small pot at the front there. So we'll see how that does over here. Obviously it's going to help with the water. The pond's doing really well with this new pump in. It's been brilliant, this has. It really is good. Can ramp that water right up. You can ramp it that fast that this starts to overflow. But it nearly handles it, but it's far too much anyway. You start putting all that amount of water through. Time that right, the feeder's going off. Quickly have a look at the fish. While we're in here. Doing well. Got to move the Kahako. I was going to move him yesterday, but we had a drop in temperature today and last night. You know, severe drops. So over in the main pond yesterday it got up to 14 degrees. And it's now sitting at 11. So what a difference that is. I mean, in here yesterday it was 18. So this place just took a bit of a knock. It's 16.7 because we're obviously covered in here and inside a polytunnel, heated with a small little aquarium heater. It's not took too much of a battery, but yeah, very surprising. So I do need to get her over into the main pond at some point. I've got a little surprise for everybody. Once she gets moved, I've brought myself a nice little tow-sai. So you'll all have to keep watching to keep your eye out for that one. So if I'm going to grow on these homegrown koi fry this year, I've invested a little bit of money for the channel and for you guys as well, and we'll grow on a nice looking tow-sai that I've paid quite a substantial amount of money for. But again, not taking my advice from the pump that I brought, but you know, you get what you pay for. So I'll show you a video of me making this. Quite easy, just use it make it out of guttering again, and just make some clips to the side. And that just hangs in there all snugly, can't move, can't be knocked. It's perfect. Gives me a bit of a water line as well to work to when I'm just taking and making water changes out of this vat. Again, you know, I just do that slowly. I'll fill up this, probably 40 litres in there, and just do 40 litres, you know, every other day, just so I'm not changing too much and making the temperature fluctuate too much in here. So I'll just do that bit by bit really. I'd like to do it just in one sitting, but I have to do, you know, maybe 4 over the week or so rather than just one sitting, but it just works out for me. So I'll put you into that video of me now making these plants, and I'll catch you all in a bit. Welcome on this little how to make the hangers for the floating baskets. Literally just using guttering here, the material from guttering. I've just cut it. I use like a little angle grinder with a metal blade in it. Just literally slices straight through this. So what I've done is put a bend around the top of it. I'll pop back into the polytunnel just to make sure all the measurements are right. I use a paint stripper gun, just literally heat up the, if you can see I've marked the gutter in there, and I just literally heat it up, bend it. Now I'm just dropping it into the basket, literally just fitting cable ties around it all, but using the cable tie inside the basket, so when I cut the cable tie off, the sharp bits is actually inside the basket, can't harm any fish. So it's literally as simple as what it is. I like to use the guttering, it's cheap to buy and it's pretty strong, nice to bend, and it stays in place. Nothing sharp for the fish, it's all still plastic, nothing's going to rot, nothing's going to break. It may get a bit brittle in the winter, but the ones in the main pond has lasted pretty good. So I enjoyed that little time lapse there on that. Back in the polytunnel, there you go, it's all fitted, looking good. Helps me with getting the water line for the pond when I'm doing changes and things like that. That fits there absolutely perfectly. You can slide it up and down, it's really strong. Not going to falter, it's not going to affect nothing, stops all the koi getting to the plants. And I'm going to bring over a couple of plants from the main pond and see how they do inside the polytunnel over this summer. So I hope that was of some benefits to some of you that watched that. And that's pretty much what I use to hang this basket over into the pond to stop the koi getting to it. The material's great, to be honest. I've got a bit left over from making the frame around my main pond, but at the end of the day, guttering is pretty much weatherproof. It's out in all elements, so it's just a job really. Can use aluminium and things like that, stainless steel, but you know, I wouldn't like it in a pond, to be fair, just in case it catches one of the fish. The pump, brilliant, absolutely awesome. It's doing really well. It's running at 30 watts at the moment, so if I ramp it up, so 65 there, that's at 65% of its power, so that's 30 watts it's running at. If I take it down, so it's, you know, running, let's say 20%, I can only take it down to 30, so that's 14 watts it runs at. So I can take it down to 30 and it's ticking over at 14 watts, which is absolutely superb, to be fair. But I have it on 65. That's then running at 30 watts, which is great for me. There's still a bit of poop on the bottom, but there's going to be, because these things get fed 3 times a day, but nowhere near like the other. So as I mentioned in the first part of the video, that this is more or less about maintenance again, and what you have to do to try and keep your water as clear as possible. It's all on maintenance for me. So I'm going to take you over to the main pond. I'll show you exactly where I took that basket from and flowers. Just make more room over in the main pond, and then just talk to you about what I'm going to do over there. So let's go. So there's the old pump, absolutely useless to be fair. Nothing like what I've just brought. Got a chair out, look, sat down at the side of the pond. So that's pretty much where I took it from, the basket. I've moved my ring just around the corner now to here, just to give them fish more surface area, basically. I mean, it's not the biggest pond in the world, but for sure it's a nice piece of water. It's crystal clear. I see it as a challenge to keep the water as clear as what I can. And now it's getting warm. I wouldn't say you're fighting a lost battle, it gets tougher. I cleaned out the filter cage the other day, which I'm going to show you. I cleaned out the skimmer basket, which again I'm going to show you a snippet, and I took out the drop into the filter house. Took out the micron sieve blade and gave that a good clean as well. Quite warm in here actually. What is it? Main pond 10.7. And yesterday that was 14, 14.5 yesterday. But hey ho. Anyway, let me take you over to the snippet of where I'm cleaning the filter cage, cleaning the skimmer and cleaning the blade out of this thing here. So that pretty much brings the video to a close. If you haven't popped over to the Facebook group or Instagram, or had a look over on Twitter, I do some nice little cool videos, underwater shots and things like that. It's a lot easier to make a little snippet video rather than these long-winded edited YouTube videos. So head over, go and have a look. We'll finish off here. Thanks everybody for watching, as normal, investing your time, commenting and passing by and just popping in basically. I'll leave you with a little snippet of what I just pop onto my other social media sites. Hope you enjoy it, and stay safe everybody, and bye for now.